Hi guys, welcome to Book Buzzers. This week we're discussing a topic that I picked, which is reviews and how we bloggers decide whether we want to accept or deny a review request, and what are the main things that help us make that decision.
So what? I'm still a rock star. I got my rock moves, and I don't need you. And guess what? I'm having more fun. And now that we're done, I'm gonna show you tonight.
So the first thing that is like the most important to me, I think that's when request is unprofessional. And by unprofessional, I mean either the format of the request is off, which basically means it doesn't have any info included, there's no cover photo in the email, there's no links to Amazon or Goodreads, which is very important for us bloggers because we get to check out the book and see other reviews, see if this is something we would be interested in reviewing. Another thing is the way the review request gets to us. And by that I mean if it's sent by email, or if it's a tweet, or a Facebook message, or a Goodreads message. Email is a preferred way of contacting bloggers. Same way bloggers wouldn't go tweeting publishers and asking them for review copies on Twitter or on Facebook or on Goodreads. You wouldn't do that. It would be unprofessional and it's frowned upon, so generally bloggers are discouraged from doing that. And in the same way, authors shouldn't really do that either, unless that's an author that I previously worked with before. We're on a more friendly basis, then it's fine. Then I totally don't have any problem with that. But if it's the first time we're meeting, then I think this should be rather professional. And the third thing about it is I prefer to have a personalized review request as opposed to Dear Blogger or Dear Bookish team. I'm not a team, I'm just one person. If you cannot even figure that out by visiting my blog, then what are we even talking about? I'm not trying to be all high and mighty. I really don't mind all that much. I understand where this is coming from. I get that everyone's busy and everyone's just trying to do their best to promote their books and stuff, but you kind of need to understand how it looks from our point of view. If you don't take time to check out our blogs and get our names right, and sometimes even get the name of the blog right, then you cannot really expect us to invest our time and energy into reviewing your book and then promoting it everywhere. This is time-consuming stuff, and bloggers are not getting paid for anything. This is our hobby. This is something we do in our free time, and more often than not, it just takes up all of our free time. Sometimes I don't even have enough time to watch a movie with my husband because there's a deadline, there's a blog tour coming up, there's something I need to do, there's a book I need to read. So you kind of have to understand that. If you won't take time to personalize the email and address us in a way that will show us that you actually took some time to check the blog out and you care, then this is what you're gonna get in return. Most likely than not, I will probably just ignore the request because contrary to the popular belief, it's not all about getting free books. There's just not enough time for every book. So if there's an author who's gonna come and say, "Hi Evie, I checked out your blog and I like this review and I really like what you're doing there. So here's the info about my book and the cover and the links, and I would really like if you could review my book, if you'd consider reviewing my book." And then there's a person who comes around and says, "Dear book blogger, I think this is a book that you will like," and then I see a book already attached in the email, as if it's a common sense that every freaking blogger on the planet is just drooling over every freaking free book out there, right? Not right. The second thing is genre. So in my review policy, I have a list of the genres that I will consider for review and those that I will absolutely never consider for review. So if you consult that list, you will know that I will not review religious books, I will not review nonfiction, I will not review biographies and self-help books, books with strong sexual themes, erotica. If I get a request and I see a book that doesn't really fall under the genres that I read, then obviously I'm not going to go out of my way to read something that I know I will not enjoy. Now the third thing is Drama Llama has been out there this year, roaming everywhere and doing all sorts of in the blogging community. I generally try to steer clear of any sort of drama, so if I get a request to review a book by an author who's been involved in some sort of drama, I will try to stay away from that as well. The fourth thing that is important to me is the cover of the book. And that might sound silly and a little bit shallow, but the cover is important. People love eye candies and people hate eyesores. In my opinion, if you invested time and money and energy into writing a book, and that usually takes at least few months, sometimes few years, then why not invest a little bit more and get a professional cover? There's so many cover designers out there. Look at Matthew Merrick, look at Ada Adams, look at Tamara Rose Blodgett, look at Tiffany King, any one of those amazing self-published writers. They have gorgeous covers and they sell, so why the hell not? And then the fifth thing that I take into account when deciding whether I want to review the book or not is the time frame. I have stated in my review policy that I prefer to be contacted about reviewing a book at least 3 months in advance. That's because my schedule is packed. I have so many books to review, I can barely fit them into my schedule as it is. So if I get a book request or a blog tour request, and that's like putting together a blog tour, and that's like starting 2 weeks from now, even if I would love to read your book, I will not be able to do that because it's just physically impossible for me. I have to have my schedule figured out in advance. Right now I'm working on the schedule for May, for March, for my events in 2013. So it is pretty intense. Most of the bloggers are probably like that as well. I'm pretty sure I covered everything I've been planning to. In the end, all it comes down to is just a little bit of common sense, I guess. Bloggers are people too. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. So let me know what are your thoughts on the subject. I would like to hear about your review policies and what are the things you think should be done or should not be done when requesting a book review. Also, if you have any questions for us, if you want us to cover any specific topic, we'll be happy to answer your questions. So just post them down below and leave us some comments. We're always happy to see them. And thanks for watching, and see you guys next week.